put that in the beginning of the song on the record. So that's
Yeah, and he's not getting paid, just so everybody's aware.
well, we made sure we couldn't, yeah, figure out what song he was playing.
Um, but yeah, I remember you sent me when you were in France. You sent me a couple of those memos, like the sounds that you were recording, and I just thought that was very cool. So this is a really great song. I'll let you explain really what it's about because I don't really know what the title means, but it is. Just see if you agree. I think it's very cinematic. It paints such a picture, and I think you'll enjoy it. But I can't even announce the song because I can't
Well,
say it. How do you say it?
thank you, though. It's called Fée de Beau Rêve, and it means sweet dreams.
All right, so let's watch the making of and then the live performance, and we'll be back.
So this
We're
album
going to keep staring at the camera till
initially
we know
sort
that
of
video's
was
rolling.
inspired by a photo of myself that Jeremy Ryan took, and we were just having some fun. I had this really great dress, and we thought it would be cool to photograph it. And
good, and it's
when
going?
he showed me a couple of the pictures, I immediately thought, I know what my next project needs to be. It needs to be something that sounds the way that this photo looks. The photo just was full of joy and life and movement and whimsy and drama, and it did not take me long to think of the name as well. I went back and forth on a couple different names, but I landed on the word
did we lose
Rhapsody
it again?
because that's truly what I saw in this photograph, and I love the definition of
So it
Rhapsody.
only went out
It
once.
says, music, an instrumental composition irregular in form and suggestive of improvisation, an ecstatic expression of feeling or enthusiasm, an unusually intense or irregular poem or piece of prose.
Yeah,
And then
broke
the
again.
last definition I think is really funny, archaic. A miscellaneous collection, a jumble. And I think that, not to say that this project is a big
let me see.
mess of musical numbers that don't coordinate with each other or that it's not a cohesive collection of songs. It is, in my mind anyways, but it's really a mix of swing and soul, and that was always my goal, was to incorporate both elements of swing, the swing music that I've listened to pretty much my whole life, from Ella Fitzgerald to Billie Holiday, which wasn't as much swing, but Dizzy Gillespie and all of these incredible big band orchestras that I have just fallen in love with over the years. But there's also this soul piece, like Aretha was one of my very earliest influences, and so there's this side of the jazz world that's more soul oriented, and then you've got this swing, and I thought, well, how can we kind of bridge the gap there and make something that's cohesive but that pulls in elements of both? And so voila, Rhapsody was born. Fée de Beau Rêve means sweet dreams in French. It really is just, it's inspired by the streets of Paris. It's inspired by the dreamy notion of being there with someone in a romantic setting and walking along the river. And it's also kind of this play on the idea of sweet dreams. It's a term of endearment in a sense, you know? But then the song kind of takes a little turn and you realize it's actually about a dream. Talking for hours. Yeah, there's something extremely romantic and very dreamy to me about being in Paris. I can't quite explain it. I don't even speak the language, but I wanted to write this song as an homage to my trip there and the fact that it's my favorite city. With a shared cigarette, we wandered. I was in this headspace of, oh, I'm getting ready to make a record. There was no vision, there was no plan in place at all. It was just sort of this vague general idea. All the pieces of the puzzle were just kind of dumped on the table, as it were, and nothing really had made sense yet. But in light of that, I still thought, you know what, preemptively, I'm just gonna record things throughout my whole trip. So I had my phone with me. I would record sounds on the street. Bells would chime, I would record them. I could hear someone practicing the piano across from my apartment, and I recorded that. I recorded the sound of the subway, and as I was doing that, and you could hear the train, approach, and the doors open and close, and there was a man that walked on with an accordion, and he started playing. So I got that on tape as well, and so that's what you hear at the beginning of this song. It's the actual recording that I took in Paris on the subway of this man playing the squeeze box.
These visions of you and me.
The melody of the song was written while I walked through the Montparnasse cemetery. There's something about these massive old cemeteries in Paris that draw me in for some reason, and I like to spend time each time I'm there aimlessly wandering throughout them. And so it was fall when I was there, and so you hear the leaves crunching under my feet, and I just had this melody bouncing around in my head, and so I finally just sang it while I was walking through the cemetery, and that is the melody that is Fée de Beau Rêve.
Fée de Beau Rêve, dance in my head, sweetest of dreams I see. By the moonlight, with stars in my eyes, visions of you and me. There we are by the sand, in the rain after 10, walking and talking for hours. We wind our way through the streets, and I pray that you'll stay till the sun lights the flowers. Fée de Beau Rêve, orange, pink, and red, roses and sky agree, all intertwined, at least in my mind, all is as it should be. Not quite midnight yet, with a shared cigarette, we wandered through Saint Germain. We linger alone, holding hands, we sing songs so easily entertained. Fée de Beau Rêve, is it all in my head? These visions of you and me, imagined or real, make me a deal, you won't wake me from dream. Don't wake me from this dream.
I'll always come through. We're live. All right. We're still here. And hey, we're grateful we have any technology at all right now. Can you imagine if we had to do this 20 years ago, this
Oh
quarantine?
my god! Oh my god!
No.
Even 5 years ago.
We'd all be paging each other all the time.
Now you're talking about your age, Tony.
uh, so, anyways, that's a beautiful tune. And by the way, that instrument I'm playing is called a melodica, and I just like it. I think it's not really a French instrument, but it sounds French to me.
It's
Hmm.
super cool. I love it.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
We did have, you mentioned the great Sean Tubbs, who one of the best guitar players around, and he lives in Nashville, and he played on the album version of that. And Sean, he played with you like your whole career, right?
Yeah.
And then the last 10 years or so, he's been out with Carrie Underwood,
Right.
and now he's in Nashville. But he's also a great gypsy jazz guitar player. That's why when this tune came up, like he was just the right guy to call for that. So.
And
Cool.
he's literally played on, I don't want to say.
Uh-oh, we lost Crystal.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, that was.
Oh, there she is.
Dad, you can't call me right now. He's watching live. He knows this. Anyway, Sean, I couldn't have a record without Sean on it.
Yeah.
So I was so glad that not only did we get to have him play on it, but it was like so right in his wheelhouse.
Right.
So yeah, that's cool.
So the next tune, Mine for a Minute, is the other of my three favorite lyrics on this album. I just think, again, just a really beautiful lyric. It's a sad lyric. It's a melancholy tale, but it's a really pretty one. And I was glad that I think we got to a point where we realized we didn't have any really like just straight up ballads on this. So that's where we took this one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only one, the soul ballad. Yeah.
Well, Rhapsody is kind of a ballad, but so let's get into this. We're going to watch the making of Mine for a Minute, and then we're going to see the live performance. The live performance is going to feature Matt Politano on piano, I believe. Is that correct?
Great.
Yeah.
Pianist.
Maybe I've seen one too many movies.
Mine for a Minute is the only true ballad on the record. I was kind of going for a Chet Baker-ish feel and vibe. It's very blue. In essence, I guess, on the surface, it's really kind of a sad song because it's about something not working out. It's about being headed in a specific direction with a specific trajectory, and then all of a sudden there being this roadblock and everything changing and you not knowing what on earth to do with that. Yet, the fact that you can be so grateful for something even though it ends.
Like a wrench in the wheel of a paradigm. Like
I believe, I'll probably poorly paraphrase this, but I believe it was Dr. Seuss who said, "Don't be sad that it's over, but be happy that it happened." I think there's healing and hope in that, the realization that you can move forward and move on in your life and know that you get to take these memories with you, that something truly beautiful happened in your life because of this particular relationship or experience.
I can say I was yours, you were mine for a minute.
even if it was only yours for a minute, it was worth having.
Everything changed. I'm so glad I can say I was yours. You were mine for a minute.
All right, we're live. So I guess we just got the word that we actually don't have the live footage of that song. So unfortunately, no Matt Politano, but we did hear some lovely playing from the great Gary Matsumoto.
Yes.
Gary, I did a gig with Gary maybe 7 years ago, and I hadn't met him yet, and it wasn't my gig, and he was off on the other side of the band playing, and I remember getting his number at the end, and I just wrote after his name, like, great player, be sure to call him. And it was a few years before I did, but when I did, I saw that note. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to call that guy. He's great. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's been out on the road lately with Steve Tyrell, I believe.
Cool.
So, and that rhythm section, by the way, are no slouches either on the big band album. On the jazz side,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
the great John Ferraro on drums and Brian Bromberg on bass and Will Brom on guitar, who also is now touring with Arturo Sandoval. So look at that.
Cool.
Look how it all just comes full
I
circle.
love it.
All right, so let's get into now.
This is our last song.
This is our last song. Now, my only complaint about this song is that the Betty Bryant tune is kind of its own standalone, but all the rest of the tunes on the album I got to co-write with you, except for this one, which you co-wrote with some hack who happens to be your son. And this is the one everybody keeps saying is their favorite. So I'm feeling a little shut out. What's that, Terrence?
And that's why it's the finale.
Yeah.
It's the showstopper.
And the truth is, it's a song I wish I'd written because it's a really fantastic song. And I have to say, it is a great song for the times and for what we're going through right now. It's a great song, message of hope and optimism. And I don't want to talk through this whole time. I want you to talk about the song and writing it with your son, but it's a good one. So.
Well, thank you. I think I say this in the video package coming up, but there's actually footage in this little behind the scenes clip of he and I working on this in Montana. This was right around when his son, my grandson, was born, and while he was sleeping, we kind of tried this fun thing. You'll hear it in the video, but it took several months for it to come together. It took maybe 3 trips to Montana for us to kind of get back at it each time that I would visit. And it started out as something very different than a jazz song, really. But my favorite thing is, and you see this in the video, but you don't necessarily know what it is. In the recording studio, when we were listening back to it, Vinny, I held the phone up and I was videotaping us listening to what we had just recorded, and Vinny kept whispering things in my ear, and he was saying stuff into the phone to Solomon because he had met Solomon when he was just a tiny little guy, years ago, and it was just so fun to have that little connection. And Solomon sent me a message later saying, I think I can breathe, but Vinny Caliuta just said he liked my demo, and he was just totally freaking out about it. It was so cute.
Well, the other thing I'll mention is you have a great video for this song that we're not going to see tonight, but you shot a video with Jeremy. You guys are out on roller skates. It's really beautiful. You and I haven't talked since you put that out, but or at least not talked about that. But where can people find that? Just once they love the
That's
song.
that's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. It's just
Okay.
Crystal Lewis. You can search for Crystal Lewis Sunrise.
Okay. So this is the song Sunrise, the making of, the live performance, and then I guess we're going to be back after that to say some final. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
we just got a little voice in our ear. Go ahead, Crystal.
No. But there's
Okay, I guess there's more video that has to do with our relationship and
Yes.
working on the project together. So that's also coming up here.
Yeah, that'll be
Okay.
You'll hear
All right. Are we done? Can we move on?
it.
Yeah, it's all about you, Tony.
Almost. Here it goes.
So the backbone, I would say, of this project is producer, arranger, trumpet player, Tony Guerrero. Tony and I have been friends for a long, long time. Actually, we've been acquaintances for a long, long time. We've only been friends for the last, 3 or 4 years or something, and he's just been a consistent encourager, supporter, creative manipulator. In that he is constantly saying, you should try that. Why don't you do this? Not in a bossy kind of, pointing his finger at me kind of a way, wagging his finger at me, but more of a, I believe in what you have to offer and contribute. And he is this sharpener and this encourager to try and gently push me along to be creative and hone my craft, as it were. So I'm really grateful for his contribution. He has created the arrangements to these songs. Some of the songs I brought him ideas and he helped me flesh out the music. Some of them I brought like 7 words of something and he helped me complete the song entirely, create and complete the song. It's been a dreamy collaboration for sure, and the first of many, I dare say.
Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright.
Now, I'm very slow to say that there is one of these songs that is my actual favorite. But I'm going to say it anyways. Sunrise is my favorite because it's a song that I wrote with my son, Solomon. Every time I hear it, and we wrote it way before I had the idea for this project. It was, again, one of these songs that just kind of came out of a creative moment. I am very vocal the moment it comes on. I get very excited still, and I think I always, always will.
It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright.
Solomon and I set out to do something silly, which was write a song in 7 minutes. I had this idea that I said, I just want to press record on my phone, and I want to see how far we can get in 7 minutes. Let's write a hook, let's write a melody, you create a track, let's go. 7 minutes. So we got started on that. We had so much fun doing that. And the very first time that I looked at my phone, because I didn't set a timer, I didn't set like an alarm to go off in 7 minutes. I just pressed, record. And 22 minutes later, I looked at my phone for the first time and realized, that did not go as planned. But we were so in love at that point with what we'd done that we just kept working on it. And then each time I went back to Montana, we worked on it some more.
Hey! 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 Sunrise!
I love the idea that your life can be headed in a downward direction and you can be experiencing pain, anxiety, hurt, disappointment, all of that. And it's not like all of that goes away overnight. It's not like we have a reset every morning. The moment we wake up, everything's fine. However, I truly, firmly believe that with the rising of the sun, new chances present themselves, new opportunities, the opportunity to be grateful for the fact that you're alive. You have just, another day. Another day means everything. It means another chance. And that is basically what the song says. Tony, I'm surprised. Old Tony, I'm surprised you're not the first one on the floor.
Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sunshine, I like it, though I don't mind the rain. The gray's okay, okay, I'll take it. Each day brings a new way to make it. Whether you encounter clouds or sunlight, it will be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sometimes at night it gets so darker. I know that moon will light it. One glance at that glow, I am reminded. Whether you encounter clouds or sunlight, it will be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. Oh, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Bright or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Sunrise means another chance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Rain or shine, breathe and dance. It'll be alright. It'll be alright.
We're live.
Nice.
That's a great tune, isn't it, Terrence? Yeah, whatever.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So that kind of wraps it up. We've walked through the entire album tonight.
incredible. And I have to say, I've said this off mic, but I want to make sure I say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Tim and Janvier and Golden and Jack. Thank you.
John,
John
John,
Wynn.
And
yeah,
John,
John Wayne.
yes. You guys, this is such a gift for an artist like me to feel like to kind of feel like I'm working in some way. And just the gift of being able to share this with people. It's overwhelming to me, and I'm so, so grateful. So thank you for what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you.
Well, and
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Terrence.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead. No,
Tony.
no, you go.
Uh,
Age before beauty, Terrence.
yeah. Okay. Well, well, what I was going to say, and for me, I'm so grateful as a presenter. I get to see a completely, even though I'm behind the scenes on a lot of things, I'm not behind the scenes on recording, the production, getting it all together, and then to hear you two interact with all of the goings on and talking about the lyrics, the arrangements, the different players that you got to do, and the just the process of developing it. It's really, really, and I'm sure the audience loves it too. But I'm kind of in awe just hearing all the stories. I just think it's great, and this is something that this is kind of the start of maybe we can continue doing this with this show here. Is getting a little deeper into what's going on, and I got to thank you both for doing that, especially you, Tony, because I just thought you were like this talking head host with me here, and I didn't realize all these wonderful things about you.
You thought I was.
No, I knew it all.
Well, I'll tell you, I know from experience that when you put out an album as an artist, it really is your baby. And just like when you have a baby, you know every hair on its head. You know every little bit, every note, every word on these records, and every note. When you hear a bass lick, you remember where you were in the studio when that was played, and like
Mm-hmm.
it connects you in such a way. And yet we know when people listen to our music, very often it's in the background or they're driving or they're preoccupied. And so any opportunity to be able to like dig into the songs and like explain what was going on and say, hey, listen for this one thing. And it's always fun to explore music like that. And yeah, so it's fun for me. This wasn't my album, but I feel in a lot of ways it was my album because I was very involved in it. So it's her name on the front, but I feel very close to this album. And
I Oh
and
yeah,
you know
I have to
and
agree with that. It would not have been. It wouldn't be what it is without your involvement, for sure.
and just so everybody knows, we did do a photo shoot with me in the red dress, and it did not
Yeah.
come off very well. Let me just say that.
Well, my wheels are turning. Okay.
So listen, we're
Well,
gonna wrap it up. Terrence, why don't you talk some business real quick before we say goodbye? We're gonna close out with a fun video.
yeah, before I say our goodbyes and before we do this video, that of course Tony got his inspiration by writing a song called Steamin' at Steamers. All he did was he kept the same song and just changed the name to Jumping at
Is that
Campus
true?
Jacks. Or
No, it's not true. It's a
no,
different song.
no. No, you a little up tempo maybe is what it was. But anyway, no, it's a great song and it was a great idea. But I do want to thank all the people behind producing these things. First and foremost, I want to thank the artists. Crystal, thank you so much for being here. We love you, and we look forward to so much in the future with you here and at Steamer Jazz at Campus Jacks. Tony, of course, like I said, you see him here, and for those of you who aren't that familiar, and I doubt if people aren't, but he's an incredible person, great friend, promoter, producer, composer, trumpet player, flugelhorn player, cocktail drinker, and all that stuff.
Melodica
Only the
player.
choice cocktails, and just a great guy. And I really think that. But there was Tim Ellis, who you don't see. He's our producer in the background, the showrunner, who's the one that's helping us. We see him all times during this live broadcast. You don't, but he's really working. He works about 90 or 100 hours a week doing this stuff. Jean-Vier Vargas, John Wynn, and of course Jack Jasper, the the main owner at Campus JAX, the guy that's there, who's now actually even cooking for the curbside stuff he's doing, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, still open for food. And we're hoping that you guys continue to donate and help us along with this. Go to steamersjax.com where you can give us a little stuff going. And you all got to promise us that you're going to come to Campus JAX as soon as we open this up. As soon as we're able to do that, because we want to keep the thing going.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I've said enough.
Well, I'll say that the part of the impetus with this little song we're about to close out with, some of you saw us post it. We debuted it last Sunday, and we posted it over during the week. And it's 22 different musicians who got together remotely. Everybody recorded at home, and we put this song together. And it was a fun thing to do musically, and just to pull it off. A nice way to pass some quarantine time, but also. Even though it's a fun, happy little song, there's a little lyrical section in there that just talks about how, everybody's jumping at JAX. And we know that JAX, like every place else, is quiet right now, but we know it's going to be hopping again. And I think it's really special that the team at JAX, Jack and Tim and everybody is doing so much to keep this community together, the jazz community together and the music community. They're not just doing this jazz show. They've also got some other shows going on during the week, streaming. And it's just such a big thing for the artists and for the audience to be able to connect still. And so we're very grateful for that. And we do hope, like you said, that you'll be joining us back when it is actually jumping at JAX and not just jumping because of JAX.
And before that, this Sunday, though, we have
that's right.
Grammy-nominated Anthony Wilson, great guitarist, played with everybody. His famous father, Gerald Wilson, in his big bands.
Right.
Anthony's been the lead guitarist for Diana Krall for like 18 years now. He's going to be here. Carol Welsman, 6-time Juno Award nominated pianist and vocalist. We have Shay Welsh also, and some other goodies. So any final words, Crystal? We love you.
I'm so grateful again and can't wait to be with you guys in person at JAX. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you.
well dressed. Time to get your shiny dance shoes on, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX. All the kids are coming down, just to dig the swinging sound. You can hear the band from miles away, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX. Here's a little well-known secret, sure as there's the sky above. Nothing could be any sweeter than dancing with the one you love. When life is like a sour note, here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's jumping at JAX.